Greetings fellow traders, this is Max and welcome to my Sunday market analysis where I'm gonna analyze the market and share with you my top trades for the upcoming week. And for this week I have 5 trades on my watch list with setups that I like the most for the coming week and that I am trying to trade. And the first pair on my watch list is EURUSD, and this is mainly supposed to be kind of a trade update for one of my, or actually currently the only running trade in my portfolio, which is the EURUSD long position that I had entered back here. So the long position had quite a couple decent pullbacks here, or actually this major pullback, and then there's another push down almost stopping me out, but it has not stopped me out and I'm still in this trade, and it closed with this beautiful Morningstar candlestick formation here above the 1.78 round psychological level. So this is giving me a really positive outside for this price development. I expect price during Monday or the right before the London session, or actually during the London session, I expect price to dip down a bit, maybe coming even close to this round psychological level here again, basically taking the liquidity on this side of this Morningstar candlestick formation here, and then I hope price will continue to the upside, then reaching the 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, or ultimately and even testing those highs again, maybe the 1.81 round psychological level, so that I can close with almost a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. The swap fees have accumulated a good amount over the last days, but it's really just a small amount compared to the possible risk reward ratio in my trade. So I believe this price pattern is looking quite good for EURUSD to actually continue to the upside with this fairly simple break and retest trade here. The next pair on my list is EURUSD, and on the weekly chart you can see that this is actually a round psychological level where we are currently at, and it's also an area of interest that was once resistance or support, then resistance, and now it seems to be turning into support again. However, it's not 100% clear, but the weekly candlestick here has closed as a really nice, or some kind of Morningstar formation. I expect price in the next weekly candlestick to wick down a bit, maybe into the round psychological level here again, grab some of the liquidity and then continue to the upside. And whenever there's this shift of structure on the lower time frame here around this price area, I plan to buy EURUSD to profit off of the potential push or continuation to the upside. However, it's not really a strong breakout for me, and as you can see, this has been quite a significant area, so I am a bit cautious with this trade, and I'm going to look really closely whether I want to take it or not. But for me, this is also kind of looking like a cup and handle formation, with this being the handle, and as soon as it breaks the handle, it might continue to the upside, with one of the first profit targets being the 1.19 round psychological level and the second profit target somewhere around this area here, or even in between those two. So essentially it's also a simple break and retest trade. The next pair on my list is GBP/USD. And this is kind of an interesting setup for me. So on the weekly chart, I am currently looking actually for buys here. As you can see, this weekly candlestick has left such a gigantic wick, and I expect the next weekly candlestick to actually be a big green one filling this wick. However, if you look on the daily chart, you can see that this is forming, it has already formed a head and shoulders pattern, which in this context, as after such a strong bullish time and bullish push to the upside, this is supposed to be, or this could potentially be, a reversal pattern here. And a head and shoulders pattern is generally a reversal pattern. And there are 2 scenarios now that I am looking for and that I want to trade. The first scenario is a break of this neckline and then a successful retest of this neckline here with a short position on GBP/USD, and selling it essentially to the downside with the first profit target, yeah, probably being this area, or maybe this area here as a first, depending on how price is going to react to this area. But it could also just be a very clean liquidity grab here, and then an immediate reversal to the upside, and then essentially a continuation filling this wick here that has been left on the recent weekly candlestick, and it's creating a new candlestick, and then it might actually test those highs again. Then I'm looking for long positions. So it's interesting. I will definitely monitor this pair and decide on what scenario I would like to trade here the most and what setup is going to be the cleanest. Right now, this looks like a really nice head and shoulders pattern, and it might actually reverse now, price after such a strong push. However, this could also just be some kind of trap, and then prices just continue to the highs. I will keep an eye on it and then make a decision. Next pair on my list is USD/JPY. So as I recently shared in my Telegram channel, I was looking for a potential long position why this candle was forming here, as this was a really nice break and then a retest of this area here, and then price now might continue to the upside. I believe that there could be a second chance of entering this trade if the next weekly candlestick is going to dip into this area here again, grabbing some of the liquidity sitting below this round psychological level here. And then with the proper shift of structure on a lower time frame, I might open a buy position here on USD JPY to actually hold this position until this round psychological level, the 149 round psychological level. The entry might be gone already, but it could be the price is coming back, and if it does, I will have a look at the price structure and then make a decision on buying USD JPY or just skipping that trade and letting it run. Right now it looks like the trade could be gone, but as I said, if it's coming down, I will have a closer look. The final pair on my list is AUD USD. Now this is almost kind of a more unconventional trade in my strategy. We have this recent weekly candlestick that left this gigantic wick here, and I believe this wick could totally be getting filled. However, we have been in an uptrend for quite a good amount of time, and I see that a bigger correction could absolutely be possible and could happen soon. However, we have broken and retested this round psychological level and area of interest here very successfully, and now with the strong, pretty much almost engulfing green candlestick here, I believe that the price could now head higher after creating this weekly wick down, so maybe coming down into this area here again, then shifting the structure, and then I would be looking for buy positions here on AUD USD. But I'll also be very careful with this trade. It could just wick down a little and then just continue to the upside. Then I will skip this trade. But depending on the future price action here, I will have a closer look whether this could actually be a potential trade or not. Right now, it's just time to wait. And that's already it for today. I have analyzed the other pairs as well, but they didn't give me very clear trade setups. So I've only set alarms there on certain price levels, and if one of those alarms is getting triggered, I will have a look at those pairs again and then try to find suitable trade setups, and I will share those in my free Telegram channel, which you can join at any time. I will put the link to it into the video description. I also share regular trade updates and when I open or close any trade position regularly there. You will also find the link to my other socials in the video description. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I will try to answer your questions. Thank you for watching. I wish you a successful trading week. Remember to manage your risk properly and see you next Sunday.